Keselowski hanging in there inside the top 10.
And Chris, I think right now this is where we're starting to see some strength as far as these two guys working together. I'm talking about the 2 and the 22. Both these cars right now inside the top 10.
And Clint Boyer, who is from Kansas, currently running 10th, followed by Kyle Busch.
I think he's running on adrenaline. The 33's been off all week long, but right now this is his home racetrack. He's got to make it happen today, and you're starting to see the 33 make a move.
So Denny Hamlin has led the second most laps behind Kurt Busch, followed by Carl Edwards. But let's see, with green flag stops coming your way with 68 laps to go, to check the current standings, the pit crew that the fans have voted for. That's you, AT&T customers. You can text OK. AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network, getting faster with 4G.
Yeah, pit stops are coming right now. And Krista, what's going on pit road?
AJ Allmendinger is in. He said his car is a bag of junk right now, no rear grip.
Mark Martin has also stopped, and here comes Kevin Harvick. Harvick giving up 8th place to pit, Krista.
Yeah, and Kevin Harvick right now saying his car will just not turn on the restarts. They're putting a quarter of a pound of air back in the right rear to try to help Harvick with the balance.
So this round of stops under green means that most everybody will have to make one more stop after this one as Greg Biffle comes to pit road.
Seems to be a mixed bag, Mike. A lot of guys are complaining about pushing real bad. Other guys real loose.
Harvick's in, Reagan, Truex, and Menard. Krista.
Greg Biffle's crew going to work on the car. This is a team, remember, not afraid to make changes. They made changes to their road crew after the cool box issue last week. Ryan Dextray's the new gas man this year going to work. Matt.
Bottle of water for Clint Boyer. Also air pressure change as well. They've really worked on this race car, making progress. Extremely loose at the beginning, not so bad now. The 78 of Regan Smith is in as well. His car too free. Air pressure change.
Jeff Burton and Joey Logano. Here comes Kyle Busch, Casey Kane, and Brian Vickers.
And our leader, Kurt Busch, he can kind of wait to see what the drivers right behind him do, like Gordon, Stewart, Edwards, and Johnson, to see when they hit pit road. But right now, Steve, Kyle Busch is on pit road.
Larry Mack, he has loosened up big time. He also said, I need you to clean the grill. She's starting to run a little bit hot. He said, loose in, loose the center, and loose off. Matt.
And Carl Edwards on his way down pit road to Bob Osborne. He says he needs help the most getting the car to rotate. Way too free. He can't get much more free on exit. Air pressure change, possible chassis adjustment. Dick.
And Matt Kenseth on pit road right now. He has been knocking on the door of a potential win today, but the car has not been just right.
Jimmy Johnson and David Rudiman making stops. Matt.
And Mike's service almost complete on Jimmy Johnson's Chevrolet. He's finally away. Jimmy said he was trying to move around, trying to help himself, but the car is still too free.
63 laps to go, too far to go. The distance without making another stop. Rudiman on the right of your screen as Kurt Busch continues to log laps. Now he's running right at about 34 seconds right now. Cars that just got tires are 1 second a lap faster.
I think he's coming right now. He had to when Jimmy Johnson in that 48 group hit pit road, and I think you see Gordon in the 24 following him.
Trying to mirror what he does. Hang with him.
Bobby Labonte also in along with Marcus Ambrose. Now Busch had a 1 second lead prior to stops. We'll see what it is after they come out and we cycle through this round of green flag pit stops. Tony Stewart is the new leader, Steve.
Kurt Busch and Jeff Gordon into their pit stops. Kurt Busch says it's a little bit snug. Let's not do anything to it. I want it to be a little bit free. Jeff Gordon, you see behind him, he says it's a little bit loose off the corners, but it's good and clean air. No changes for Kurt Busch. Air pressure adjustment for Jeff Gordon.
They come in together, they leave together.
Pretty much identical stops. Look like both guys same time in the pits.
Stewart is the leader from Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Jamie McMurray comes up to the top 5. The top 9 cars right now have not made this green flag stop.
But I'll tell you one thing that Kurt Busch did to Jeff Gordon. He yarded him pretty good coming out of the pits up onto the racetrack over there. He really widened his lead on Jeff Gordon when they came around turn 1, staying on the apron to get to the back straightaway.
David Gilliland and Andy Lally on pit road. Lally carrying the colors of the Paul Newman Hole in the Wall gang camps that we support with Fox Sports Supports.
And we see a battle on the right between Jeff Gordon and the 24, Brad Keselowski in the 2. But as I see Tony Stewart in the 14, with him continuing to run laps, if he can go 3 to 4 more laps, he can do it on that stop right there. He can make it to the end. Tony Stewart has won this race before on fuel mileage.
And this is their strategy, Larry, week in and week out. We saw it at Charlotte. We saw it at Texas. We've seen this team do this time and time again.
Brad Keselowski in this 22 car, the 2 car rather, that's running second. I get a feeling they may be on that same strategy because all these drivers we're looking at, Keselowski and Stewart, were on pit road at 154. All they have to do is run 56 laps one time and 57 the next.
Now there are 5 cars behind them that may be able to make it on one more stop. First, let's check with Matt.
And Mike, Larry, Mac, and DW, you've hit on it perfectly. That's exactly the strategy for Tony Stewart and for the 2 of Brad Keselowski. They're trying to hold out to lap 210. They should be pitting next time by.
Now the 5 cars I mentioned that might make it with one more stop, that stopped at lap 163, are Hamlin, Earnhardt, McMurray, Ryan Newman, and Montoya.
This is just getting Kurt Busch in the 22 back on the lead lap. But Tony Stewart, when he makes his stop in one more lap, that will be his final stop should we stay green, as we now see Brad Keselowski give up the second spot. He hits pit road.
It's Travis Kvapil in front of Keselowski, who pits out of second place. Matt?
Mike, Paul Wolf, and Brad Keselowski have really gelled, especially. Oh, he slides that left front into his box. They insert the fuel can. He said he needs more stability in his race car, especially through the center to exit of the corner. Air pressure change only for Keselowski. Meanwhile, the 14 of Tony Stewart, he has entered pit road. Darian Grubb and company up on the wall waiting for Stewart. He says, you've got to get my race car more in the racetrack on exit. Need more help. And Stewart goes for his 3rd win here at Kansas.
On the left of your screen, your new leader, Denny Hamlin. Chassis adjustment for Stewart. Second can of gas, left side tires.
Mike, I honestly feel like Denny Hamlin in the 11 car, he'll probably run 3, 4, 5 more laps, and that will well put him in the window to make it to the end.
I like his position. He's in the comfort zone. These other guys are right on the edge.
So now the front 5 stopped at lap 163 and might be able to make it with just one more stop. Denny Hamlin is your race leader. 4.5 seconds behind his Toyota is Dale Earnhardt Jr. Sprint users have spoken. We're going to ride shotgun with Jr. Brought to you by Sprint and HTC Evo 4G. Fuel your inner NASCAR fan with live in-car audio on NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile and the new HTC Evo 4G at sprint.com/speed. 2 more means that Earnhardt will pit and have to run 52 laps to get to the finish line.
And that's what he would have run, 52 laps since he was last on pit road.
And that's right in the window, 52 laps.
Provided we don't have a rash of green-white checkers at the finish.
Just can't live there, you know.
Nope.
It may happen, it may not. We've got to deal with what we got.
Montoya is one of those 5, and he pits on this lap. So that leaves Hamlin, Earnhardt, McMurray, and Newman out there trying to stretch with a one-stop race. Hamlin's coming.
Yeah, here he comes.
Earnhardt behind him hits the brakes. Dick Berggren.
Once Earnhardt spun, this pit strategy was the only way remaining that they were going to win the race. And this team is focused on winning the race. It has been so long, not just for driver, but for pit crew. That was with Jeff Gordon last year. They are longing and hungry for a win, and that's what matters.
All the stretchers are in. McMurray, Newman, and in front of Steve, Hamlin.